Welcome to It's Your Money. I'm Kirsten Joyce. We'll talk preparing your home for colder weather, ways to find deals on groceries, and holiday and year-round scams. But first, another drop in tourism. The Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority showing fewer visitors following a trend we've seen for most of this year. 8 News Now, Sasha Loftus sharing the changes some executives are trying to make.
It's really not. It's really just like chill right now.
People sharing what they're seeing on the Las Vegas Strip. Slightly quieter than before. High prices still seem to be the sticking point, as another Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority report shows a drop in tourism.
Oh yeah, prices, yes. Yes, they're up there now.
September's executive summary lists an 8.8% dip from the same time last year, which comes down to a decrease of about 300,000 people. It's on par with this summer's numbers. And that's something MGM Resorts executives recognize.
We lost control of the narrative over the summer. I think we would all agree to that.
President and CEO Bill Hornbuckle speaking during a Wednesday earnings call, saying he's doing what he can to change it with the recent fabulous 5-day sale and a better understanding of different clientele at every resort.
We think, we hope, we believe, and we've price corrected.
Executives also citing Spirit Airlines' direct service cuts from nearly a dozen cities as a factor, something several tourists tell us nearly stopped them from coming to the Valley.
We wanted Spirit because it was cheaper this go round, but the whole thing with Spirit.
But overall, those we spoke with keep coming back to that sticker shock. And they want to see more changes made.
People are not making enough to afford these prices.
MGM executives do believe that 5-day fabulous sale did make a difference. They hope to see tourism stabilize, of course, into the new year. Changes could be on the way for Americans looking to buy a home. President Donald Trump suggesting the idea of a 50-year mortgage plan. He offered that idea on social media. Redfin, a real estate and rental listing website, says the average home buyer spends 40% of their income on housing and 30% is considered generally sustainable. Now, financial experts say the pros of the concept would be lower monthly payments, but you would have to pay more interest over time, meaning it's taking longer to build equity under that 50-year mortgage plan. Well, of course, many of you have turned on your heat by now, and it's important to service your heater. Check off your home maintenance to-do list. 8 News Now's Mary Jane Bellieza shares how to prepare and what you can do to save on costs.
As many homeowners like Debbie Kinney prep for a change of season, she knows it can be costly and stressful. It's why she recommends to have a separate home savings account.
Our water softener machine, which we've had the whole 18 years we've been in this house, that went out, so we used it for that.
Starting small can save you on big repairs like servicing your HVAC, which is the largest use of energy in your home. Chris Wiley, owner of Hot Desert AC, says it's important to replace your air filters to prevent overheating.
I usually recommend just kind of like a pleated paper filter, and if you want your air cleaner, just change the filter more often.
He says it's also key to conduct a safety check for gas leaks.
I've seen furnaces where they've, possibly almost burned a house down, or you have like carbon monoxide poisoning.
Angie Hicks from Angie Home Service Providers says to check your water heater.
Make sure you're draining at least a gallon of water a couple of different times during the year from your water heater, because that's going to reduce sediment from building up. A little project that you can do is checking weather stripping around your doors and windows to make sure they're sealed tight.
Using a window sealant can save you thousands of dollars on your bills. By doing so, the Department of Energy estimates you can lower costs by 15%. To save on winterizing pool costs, aside from having a clean pool and maintaining chemicals, use a pool cover to prevent debris and book services early to avoid last-minute price hikes. Try to get multiple quotes, too, to compare prices. It's also never too late to start saving either. Experts say it's the best way to avoid burning your wallet.
If it's $2 a week, if it's $20 a month, and you just put it aside, building the habit is so much more important than the amount, because over time that will build and compound.
Home insurance companies like State Farm say a rule of thumb is to set aside 1 to 4% of your home's value for that home maintenance fund. After 238 years to be exact, the U.S. Mint produced its last 1-cent penny. Earlier this year, President Trump announced he ordered the nation to stop making it. Each one cost nearly 4 cents to create. Although the penny already seems obsolete to many consumers, its removal is causing problems for merchants who now have to round prices either up or down. Dropping the penny will create a greater need for nickels, which are, of course, a more expensive coin to mint. Many parents post on social media about their child's achievements, graduation, sport activities, but you may want to think twice before oversharing. 8 News Now's Mary Jane Bellieza explains why it can do more harm than good.
Many parents have shared posts of their kids on social media. It's called sharenting. But how much is too much, and are you putting your kids at risk?
Parenting in itself, there's so many incredible milestones. You want people to know about them.
Jennifer Wolf is a mom of 5 and a business owner. While she's incorporated her children into her social media marketing posts, she says safety comes first.
Was it safe? Is this going to be something that harms them in any way?
Dr. Sid Karana from Nevada Mental Health says while parents who connect to social media can have good intentions, be aware of the online dangers.
Once you've put it out there, now you have given an informed consent for that information potentially to be reposted, reshared with somebody.
He tells parents to consider your child's privacy, perspective, and social media dilemma.
Studies have shown that about 80% of children under the age of 2 already have something shared for them by their parents.
Oversharing can lead to identity theft, online predators, and AI exploitation. It's why Wolf says to keep personal details like birthdays and locations private.
Maybe delay the picture, maybe don't tag the school. Another thing that I do is if they're in a uniform school, I post it, but I put a little emoji over the logo.
Dr. Karana says sharenting can also negatively impact your child's mental health through bullying and lack of self-esteem.
Would they, X number of years from now, would they like to see that information about them?
Wolf says asking for her kids' consent and sharing privately can make a big difference in their well-being as they get older.
But I definitely ask their permission so that way they feel respected, they feel heard, they feel safe.
Experts also advise parents to understand the privacy policies of social media sites. You can take extra steps like setting up Google Alerts for your child, which can track mentions of their name or personal information across the web. Wendy's has announced it's closing hundreds of stores across the country. The company says the move will increase profitability while improving its remaining locations. It has more than 6,000 restaurants across the nation. No word on which locations will close, including any here in town. A food app focusing on surplus food is officially available. Here's how Too Good To Go is eliminating food waste, one order at a time.
So he went straight to my order.
Ronnie Long enjoys using the Too Good To Go app. It focuses on eliminating food waste by partnering with participating food businesses in your area to sell food at a cheaper price.
I've worked on food trucks. I went to culinary school. I remember how much food actually did get wasted.
Long says he was excited to see one of his favorite spots on the app, Poppy's Donuts.
I only had to pay $10 for this massive full box, and I booked it the day before so I could pick it up anywhere between 5 a.m. and closing, which is 2 o'clock.
All you have to do is open up the app and pick your selection with meals, breads, and pastries up at the top. Once you click on the place you want to order, you can see what you're getting, whether it's a surprise bag, how much you're saving, and your pickup time. While the app has been available during its limited pilot program in 2024, Ali Denberg, the Associate Director of Strategy and Operations at Too Good To Go, says they're now publicly announcing the launch after working with more food establishments.
When you use the Too Good To Go app, they don't know at the restaurant who you are and why you're using the app, because some people use it to save money, some people use it to help the environment, some people use it to discover new restaurants that they haven't heard of before and they want to just try something new and have fun.
The company states in Las Vegas the app has already saved nearly 100,000 meals from being thrown out.
Having an opportunity where at least the business is still making a little bit of profit, but people are able to get what is available for a way discounted price. Money is tight all the time. Having something like this is absolutely fantastic, especially when it supports a local business like Poppy's.
Mary Jane Bellieza, 8 News Now.
Those look tasty. Some other businesses you can order from in the Too Good To Go app include Nutmeg Indian Cafe, Katsuko Japanese Restaurant, Tiabi Coffee and Waffle and International Marketplace. Some places sell out fast, so it's recommended that you order ahead. ByHeart is expanding its voluntary recall of infant formula, now pulling all cans off store shelves. At least 15 babies have been hospitalized across more than a dozen states with infant botulism after consuming it. The CDC and FDA investigating a broader outbreak of infant botulism that's impacted more than 80 babies. The FDA says consumers should stop using that formula, throw it away, report any issues to a healthcare provider. Still to come on It's Your Money, new fraud scams on the rise, how an everyday essential could be used to get your information. All scams are on the rise, including shopping scams. And here are some key takeaways for your next shopping trip. Try to use a credit card, the experts say, before a debit card for making online purchases, which avoids the possibility of cash being immediately stolen out of your account. Set alerts on your credit or debit card to warn you if your card is compromised. Beware of gift cards on in-store racks. Make sure they are not tampered with before you purchase them. QR codes are an everyday essential, but they're also a hacker's dream. Here's how to protect yourself from a growing wave of scams known as quishing.
QR codes began as a quirky novelty during COVID, giving people access to restaurant menus, boarding passes, parking payments. Cybersecurity strategist at GuidePoint, Paul Keener, says QR codes were designed for convenience, not security, and that's opened the door for criminals.
It's very, very difficult for somebody to look at a QR code and say, that's not legitimate.
The FBI reported last year $16 billion in losses from scams, and Keener says about a quarter of those involve QR codes. It's part of a growing trend called quishing, short for QR phishing, where scammers use QR codes to send people to fake websites that steal personal information. The FTC is warning consumers to watch out for phony QR codes on mailed packages or public signs that could swipe your credit card information or install malware on your phone.
73% of Americans or consumers will just simply scan a QR code without considering whether or not it's malicious.
Keener says be wary of unsolicited messages with QR codes that come through text, emails, or social media.
What you're looking for and things you're protecting against is things that are unsolicited, things that you didn't ask for, you're not normally a subscriber for. You're seeing QR code scams where you're out in the mall, see a QR code that says, hey, it's Thanksgiving's almost here or Black Friday's almost here. Scan this QR code and you'll get a good deal. And those generally tend to be scams.
Kind of like when you check for a skimmer at the gas station before swiping your card. The same idea applies here. Stay alert with QR codes. Don't scan one slapped on walls, sidewalks, or over other signs.
We're coming up on the holiday season, so think of the movie Elf, where Santa tells Buddy, don't go pick all the gum that's not free gum. Don't go scan all the QR codes. It's the same thing, right?
If you have been scammed, file a complaint with the FBI at ic3.gov. You can also use identitytheft.gov. Buying used makeup. Next, a look at the pros and cons coming up, and It's Your Money. This might seem hard to believe, but according to one website, Las Vegas, one of the most affordable cities to rent in, Zumper.com says in Las Vegas, the median price of a one-bedroom sits at just over $1,000. North Las Vegas ranks second, with rent costing a little over $200 more. The township of Paradise ranks as the most expensive part of town, costing more than $1,500 for a one-bedroom. Well, we've all bought secondhand items before to save some cash on things like clothes, cars, electronics. What about used makeup? A look at the pros and cons from beauty site experts selling pre-owned products.
There are several websites where you can buy and sell used makeup, but is it safe?
I heard of Macari and I've heard of Glambot.
Justine Hill is a cosmetologist, and while she only buys new makeup for clients, she says these sites are a good option for resellers.
But I could see the allure of a lot of times people buy makeup and they don't really use it. It's like collection items and they keep it inside of a chest. So I could see how, someone's like, oh, I want this YSL product.
Brand names can be pricey, so buying used can save you money with items sold at a discount.
And the products are so trendy, so something will come out and then 3 or 4 months later you have more stuff coming out. I would definitely definitely suggest if you're going to be buying makeup to be trying to use powders, things that you can sanitize with 99% alcohol.
At Glambot, you can sell your new and lightly used makeup. Acceptable brand names must be non-expired. The site does not accept lashes, skincare, or items with reusable applicators. Glambot says used makeup is also disinfected through heat and alcohol. While Mercari's website shows you can buy and sell almost anything used, however, Mercari's website doesn't list if they disinfect beauty products for sale.
I don't recommend using secondhand makeup.
Dermatologist Dr. Arash Akhavan, owner of the Dermatology and Laser Group, says using pre-owned makeup can cause eye infections, and there's no way to fully sanitize these products.
Once a package is opened, it's being exposed to air, it's being exposed to the environment. Let's say it's a serum bottle. Did they take the dropper and lay it on a counter that had bacterial contamination? The second thing that I'd be concerned about would be just the stability of the product itself. So how was it stored by the previous owner of that skincare item?
In the end, experts warn to use at your own discretion, as all these risks fall entirely on the consumer when using used makeup. Mary Jane Boyeza, 8 News Now.
Experts also say keep an eye out for luxury makeup brand dupes, the fakes, as there's no real way to verify if you're actually getting that exact product. Staying home to save. Next, we speak with a local family about the new trend gaining popularity among the younger generation. Google is taking action to fight back against scammers trying to steal your information through text messages. Google says these fake unpaid toll or stuck package messages are part of a massive criminal network called Lighthouse. Now, the company filed a lawsuit under the RICO Act, typically used to take down organized crime rings. This case targets unknown operators who allegedly built a phishing-as-a-service platform to power all those mass text attacks. I've received 1 or 2 over the past 6 months. Well, a race for the gold at Mandalay Bay at the 35th Annual Housekeeping Olympics. Hotel workers competed in bed making, a vacuum race, a mop relay, and a spirit dance competition. This year's big winner, the Aria Hotel. Congrats to them. In second place came Resorts World. And in third was Staples, the office supply store that also has cleaning. So good to know when booking your next hotel. Moving back home with your parents as a young adult may come with some challenges and a little bit of shame, but as Mary Jane Boyeza shares, many millennials and Gen Z adults are doing so to break the stigma amidst an uncertain future.
When Luke Parkhurst first moved to Houston, Texas a few years ago, he was excited for the future. He got a job in sales and bought a home, but the change of scenery didn't come without struggles.
I was super fit when I got down there. Maybe like 175. By the end of it, I was 220. And so it just took a toll. I was drinking a lot again. You can't put a price on mental, physical, or spiritual health. It doesn't matter how much financially I was making. And so I called my mom.
With no plan in place in his early 30s, he moved back home in Las Vegas with Mom Patty, welcoming him with open arms.
I launched on my children too early in life, and it was just an opportunity to allow them some healing.
Parkhurst posted his experience, or what Patty calls a hub son, online. He's living rent-free at home in exchange for doing household chores. His posts caught national attention and even negative comments.
It was pretty brutal, especially on me. And I just thought, you know what? They don't know me. They don't know Luke's accomplishments. And I hope that other parents, if they have a child that's struggling with drugs, alcohol, mental, which is all mental, that they will reevaluate and allow them to come home.
Parkhurst says being a stay-at-home son can also show a different side of our society, as many young adults choose to move back home with their families due to rising costs, financial worries, anxiety, and stress. While Patty enjoys the housework being done, she's enjoying her son's company even more.
And so just reacquainting, we're both kind of stay at home. And like I said, I've always eaten out, so having the home-cooked meals and taking that time together.
Parker says he's now focusing on his mental health, but he's not exactly sure how long he'll be staying home.
Being able to mend relationships and be closer to family and do these things is nice. So I can't answer that. I'll be a stay-at-home son one more day.
A 2023 Harris poll shows 45% of people ages 18 to 29 are living at home with their families, the highest figure since the 1940s. And a new report from Realtor.com shows the median age for first-time home buyers has reached a record high of 40. Thanks for watching.